Up next on an all-new Arcade Pickers.
We've got this Ghost Squad. It's a 1997 shooting cabinet that we got from Andrew on one of our earlier episodes.
White stuff.
Lift it high enough so you go past the tailgate.
So the tricky part for this is going to be modding the Nintendo Wii. I'm going to have to go to the internet and look up how to do this. Okay, so we are outside Collector's Marketplace.
Over here we got more action figures, more video game stuff.
All right, so I'm here with David from the Collector's Marketplace.
Nice to meet you.
Now this thing, as you can see, is gutted. It doesn't have the guns, it doesn't have the computer inside. Basically all it has is this big old dim screen on the inside. I'm Corey Masal, and this is our home arcade. I've been playing games for over 30 years, and my son Jacob, he's been playing games for the last 10 years. We've searched all over for some of the rarest arcade cabinets you can find, but we still have yet to find the Holy Grail.
Attention, Dark 1.
Oh no, the knife, man!
511 in progress.
Let's go!
Narc, made by Williams Arcade Cabinet. One of my favorite games of all time. My son Jacob is searching for a PlayStation 5. Join us as we hit the highways to find people's garages and home collections to search for what we've been looking for. This is Arcade Pickers. So, for the first time ever, we're going to take you into our Arcade Pickers shop that we have here at home in our garage, where we have loads of arcade stuff. We have arcade parts. This is where we've found some of the coolest arcades ever and turned them into a masterpiece to get back out into someone's game room. Now today, we've got this Ghost Squad. It's a 1997 shooting cabinet that we got from Andrew on one of our earlier episodes. Now this thing, as you can see, is gutted. It doesn't have the guns, it doesn't have the computer inside. Basically all it has is this big old dim screen on the inside. So what I thought was, if somebody's gonna buy this thing and put it in their game room, let's do what I've heard about other people doing and put a Nintendo Wii in this thing instead of a PC. Now don't get me wrong, I know some of you guys like to restore these back absolutely original, and so do I, if I can. But when they're just the shell of a unit like this, I feel like it'd be better off for the customer to have Ghost Squad on the Wii, as well as Big Buck Hunter, Target Terror, Resident Evil, any number of other shooting games that they can enjoy with the amount of huge size that this cabinet takes up. So today we're gonna tear this thing down and we're gonna put a Nintendo Wii with the modded software inside and get this thing brand new and ready to sell and put in someone else's arcade. So let's do this.
Oh, crap. What the heck is going on here?
Now luckily, Flynn from episode 1 was able to use the sensors inside this screen, so I am going to try to save those. That way we can use every part of this thing and not waste anything.
So first things first, I'm going to take this old plexiglass off, and it's going to have several layers, but we can definitely reuse the clear layer so we can put a bezel on our new screen. And when you look inside this thing, it's got one of those old tricolor rear projection monitors that needs to go, but we're going to put a nice, fresh, full-size LCD monitor inside this thing. We'll be right back with more Arcade Pickers.
So while we're out picking, we grab parts from all over the place, from game stores, from collectors. So I know we have a couple of Nintendo Wiis laying around, and I'm sure we have the guns that we're going to need to put in these holsters to make this thing work. So there's a couple of chunks that are coming out of the body on this cabinet. That's an easy fix for us. We're just going to put some Bondo on there and then sand it down, and then we're going to match the paint. Some of these fluorescent tubes and light bulbs I don't really care for because they go out all the time. So what I think we're going to do is replace everything in here that's lit up with LEDs. That way the lights will last forever, and you get a little remote control that you can change the colors with whenever you feel like it. So the tricky part for this is going to be modding the Nintendo Wii. I'm going to have to go to the internet and look up how to do this. I've seen it before and I've done part of it before, but to get the whole process complete is going to take some time. I think we could put about 25 to 30 different shooting games on this cabinet. That way, when this thing takes up about 5 foot by 6 foot square foot of space in your arcade, it's worth it because it has all of the games you want to play with your guns. All right, so it's time to get the screen going on this thing. So I'm actually going to use this huge LCD screen that actually fits exactly inside the cabinet. And just so everyone's clear how this works, once the projection screen was removed, it's wide open in there. So I'm going to bang out these extra pieces of wood that are in there that were slanted at an angle to hold the mirror. But then we're going to take a 2x4 or a 2x6 and we're going to cut it to this exact length inside the cabinet. Then we're going to mount a TV mounting kit right on there so that we can mount our LCD right front and center on this and give us a nice bright screen to shoot out with our Wii guns. Oh crap, are you serious? This monitor only has VGA and DVI. That's going to cause us a little bit of a delay with the Nintendo Wii with RCAs. So we're going to have to go and order an RCA to VGA converter. Crap! I knew this wasn't going to be as easy as I thought, but should be an easy fix once we get it, just got to wait for the order.
So how's it going with the Ghost Squad thing?
With the Ghost Squad thing, it's going pretty good. I got the screen torn out, but I'm a little bit screwed because I got to order a VGA converter for this screen and a couple other things from the internet, so I'm kind of on hold for a couple days.
That sucks.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I was thinking, remember that collector's marketplace I told you about?
Yeah, the one out in Phoenix?
Yeah, they got a bunch of collectibles and stuff. You want to go? I'll put this on hold and we'll go check it out. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds cool. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
So me and my dad are going to Collector's Marketplace, and I'm pretty excited because I heard they got a lot of cool stuff, like little collectibles and trinkets and stuff, so that'll be fun, and games.
Okay, so we are outside Collector's Marketplace, and we have been here before, but last time we came here the audio didn't come through, so we're going to refilm today. Jacob is on the camera. We're going to walk through this place. If you guys are ever in Phoenix, Arizona, this is on the corner of Indian School and 20th Street. It is awesome. So without talking too much, we're just going to go in and check it out. So here we go. Awesome. Look at this. This is incredible. All right, so here we are, guys. I mean, if you walk, right when you walk in, you can tell right away these guys have tons of comics. Samurai Comics is down the street, but I feel like these guys, with the addition of all the collectibles on top of the comics, this is unbelievable. So let's keep going through and I'll show you guys a little bit more about it. So over here is our horror section. We've got Frankenstein, Gremlins, It, Nightmare on Elm Street, Ghostface, everything. So let's keep going through because this place has got so much to look at. It's unbelievable. You can just see in general right here, we've got DC collectibles, we've got cups, we've got masks, we've got helmets, the Joker. Over here, even more horror stuff. And then actually I want to walk around this way because over here is the lightsabers. So it looks like here is our outer space section. So there's Aliens, Star Wars, Star Trek, Terminator. I don't know why Terminator's with the space stuff. That doesn't make sense, right? That's weird. It still fits though. I mean, I'll take it. And then just random collectibles. I mean, toys. You've got bobbleheads, just about anything you can look for. Giant figurines. Let's keep moving back here. Okay, so one of my favorite things about this place is that they have like entire collections of not just Star Wars, but superheroes, Transformers, He-Man. You can see right here we've got Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. We've got the original Star Wars figures, the remakes, the Power of the Force. So if you're looking to fulfill your collection and you're looking for figurines or you're looking for those missing pieces you need, this is the place you want to come because they have it. So I'm going to show you guys some of the older stuff now. Let's check that out. So you can see over here we have a lot of Star Wars original figures. They're open, they're on the stands. Just a huge amount of Star Wars stuff. So if you're a Star Wars collector, Collector's Marketplace is the place to go. So this is really what I like to see. You've got a dad who's got his son in here shopping for action figures from back in the day. They've got it all. I mean, over here I see Spawn, I see Justice League, I see DC, I see Aliens. Over here we've got Marvel figures, we've got the Avengers, X-Men, Marvel Universe. So just a huge collection of action figures. And I want to say, I feel like this is probably a working Infinity Gauntlet. That's the wrong finger, sorry. All right, so I'm here with David from the Collector's Marketplace.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for taking a minute to talk with us.
No problem.
I know we came in on a busy day. It looks like you guys are packed in here.
Yeah, it's a Saturday and they've all been busy lately.
Right, so this place is awesome. We've only been here once before, but how long have you guys been here?
We've been in operation at this location in this format for 10 years.
10 years, wow. And it looks like you have just about everything you could possibly want to buy here as far as superheroes, nostalgia, He-Man, Transformers, Ghostbusters, horror films, video games, Star Wars, and then pop figures as well.
Yes, we try hard.
That's crazy, wow. So, and you guys buy, sell, trade?
Yes.
So a lot of this stuff, I'm assuming people brought in and you just bought it from them off the street?
Yeah, some people need the room or they're moving, or the spouse wants more room, or someone's having a baby, or they're just collecting something else.
And that's where you guys come in?
Yes.
Wow, okay. So what is a typical day like for you in here? What do you do when you're in here?
Well, I wear many hats.
Okay.
So I do the buying for the role-playing game stuff in particular. I'm the expert that we have for that.
Okay.
And for other things, when the other buyers are out, I'm the subsidiary buyer.
Gotcha.
I also handle a lot of the ordering for the Japanese animation goods and the role-playing game stuff and the comic book things.
Wow, you're touching on stuff I didn't even bring up. I mean, it sounds like the list goes on and on and on with what you guys have here. Well, that's incredible. And I mean, if you're in the Phoenix area and you're near 20th Street and Indian School, you guys have to stop in here. I mean, they've got everything you could possibly imagine. If you're a gamer, if you're a collector, if you just like nostalgia, they've got it. So I gotta ask you this, what is your most valuable item in the store?
Y'all want to look at the large Burning Godzilla we have.
Really?
Which is a convention display that they gave to us because we're such good customers.
Okay, and what does that go for?
That is going north of $6,000 right now.
Wow, that's incredible. Oh really? Okay, we're gonna get some footage of that so we can show it while we're talking about it. Well, I gotta say, we brought some stuff in from our show with Arcade Pickers, and you guys gave us top dollar in trade. So while we're filming, we're also gonna be shopping, and we might even come out of pocket a little. We'll see. This is incredible, but
yeah. I'd like to emphasize we're interested in any video games, no matter how old or how new. If you've got an Odyssey or an Atari 2600, we'd like to see that as much as a vintage Nintendo or PlayStation 4 or 5.
So you guys are looking for the old school, early 80s, late 70s video consoles?
Absolutely.
Wow,
Because very few people lived out here in the 1970s,
right.
And they all moved to Phoenix from somewhere else and sell their things before they move instead of after. It makes vintage buying very tricky.
Well, that's great. Wow, well, is there anything else unique you can tell us about your store while we've got you on camera here?
We are the biggest pop culture store in the Southwest.
Really?
And I've spoken with a lot of people from who visit us from other states, and they haven't said anything matches them in any states in the region, or frankly in the country. There's only 1 or 2 places larger that I can think of.
I'm not going to argue with you one bit. I'm totally blown away. I was born in '78, and you guys have all my stuff. You have all the stuff that predated me and all the stuff I collected growing up, and even then some. So it's very impressive. Well, I don't want to keep you too long. There's customers.
Yes, 1 or 2 customers.
So thank you so much,
Thank you.
David. Yeah, it was a
Have a good
pleasure.
day.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we got some G.I. Joe, Transformers. There's just Transformer things like everywhere, so it looks like this is their Transformer section. And it looks like there's some pretty cool stuff. And then right over here starts the Ninja Turtle stuff. So it's pretty cool. If you like Transformers, you can get some of this stuff. So yeah, let's see what's over here.
Are you going to show us the gaming section?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Okay, so here are all your new gen games, I suppose. PS3, Xbox One, PS4, the Wii, the Switch. They even have a PlayStation 5 controller, Xbox original, 360. Wow. And then they have some, I think these are some controllers.
Just so the viewers know, are you actually listening to something in your AirPod, or is it just in your ear?
No, I'm listening to music.
You are? So you're listening to music while you host Arcade Pickers.
Yeah.
Epic. So you guys can see, as Jake and I showed you, they have everything here at Collector's Marketplace. So I hate to say it, but we've traded in some stuff, so we're ready to do some shopping. But if you guys are down here, again, it's on 20th Street and Indian School. And I'm gonna put the link to their Facebook page and also their website, so you guys can get in touch with them, or you can just come on down and check it out. But I tell you what, it's time to shop.
So with our trade, we did buy a few things, which we'll show you in a minute, but I have to get back and continue on this Ghost Squad. I got to get this thing ready to sell and get it out of here. So let's head back home. We'll be right back with more Arcade Pickers.
So Jacob and I had a great time at the Collector's Marketplace. We got some cool stuff, but it's time to get back to work. I need to get this Ghost Squad ready and get it out of here because it's taking up a ton of space. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix this damage on the side of the cabinet. Now the nice thing about this is it's easy to use a can of Bondo, which you can grab for about 20 bucks at Home Depot or Lowe's. Then you're just gonna mix together the Bondo itself with the hardening agent. You have about 2 or 3 minutes before this stuff gets hard, so I'm just gonna goop it on there. I actually have the piece that broke off, and the piece that I don't have, I'm gonna put a piece of cardboard underneath so I can Bondo on top. Then I'm gonna tape off the side, and we're just gonna let it harden and start sanding. Then I'm gonna touch up all the paint. So let's get to this.
All right, so you can see I've got that Bondo nice and gooped on there with the cardboard piece covering the blank spot I didn't have. So then we're just gonna take this 100 grit sandpaper with my electric sander and we're gonna smooth it all out, make sure there's no bumps or rises, and then you can see it comes out really nice. Now the only thing left to do is paint it up with some black paint. You can see that came out looking brand new. So let's find out what's next.
Unbelievable. I can't believe the LCD monitor that I got, I actually measured it off and went to mount it up inside, and it doesn't even turn on. Unbelievable. So you never know what kind of hiccups are going to come up when you're restoring a cabinet. Now the good news is, instead of buying a brand new one, I went down to Goodwill and I found a 42-inch flat screen TV. Believe it or not, it was Dollar Day at Goodwill, so I got it for $1. And today was my lucky day, I guess. So we're going to use that one. And here's the even better news. The new TV has RCA hookups on it, so we won't need the adapter that I ordered from Amazon. So we're going to send that back and cut costs. And we're going to mount this brand new LCD monitor inside. Now when you're mounting the LCD monitor, it's pretty simple. You're just gonna get a 2x4, you're gonna measure off the width inside the cabinet, and you're gonna cut that off. Then you're gonna put it inside the cab. I'm gonna screw in some drywall screws from the outside of the cab. Then I'm gonna put some L brackets on the inside to give it extra support. Then I'm gonna head on down to Walmart and grab this $20 TV mount kit for a large screen TV. They came out with these new inexpensive one, guys, that I recommend. All you have to do is center that thing and screw it right onto the 2x4, put your mounting kit on the back of the TV, put your TV right on there. So here's a look at what it looks like when I'm all done, and you can see it's nice and clean on there, you guys. So now we went from having an old tricolor rear projection monitor that doesn't even work to a brand new crisp LCD TV that I got for $1. Now the good news is I kept my plexiglass for this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that out and tape it off. We're gonna tape off exactly where the monitor is so we don't get any paint on that. Then around the edges, we're gonna paint black spray paint. And when that dries and we peel off the tape, we're gonna have a nice black bezel around our monitor. So we can go ahead and put that plexiglass back in, I should say, and then we'll have a nice clean screen with a bezel around the side of it. Okay, so the next thing we gotta figure out is these Wii guns are actually really similar to the size of the guns that originally came with the Ghost Squad cabinet, but this orange and white color is not gonna work. So to better match these to the cabinet, what we're gonna do is I bought this Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover Green gloss paint. So I went ahead and taped off some of the black on here, but what we're gonna do, and what I wanna stress is the most important thing when you're spray painting any arcade accessories, is you wanna use some rubbing alcohol and wipe these down completely, which I have already done. That way you don't have any fingerprints or any oil or anything on there that's gonna show through on the paint. So let's throw a coat of green on these. All right, so we threw a couple coats on the first side of these things. Then when they're completely dry in a few hours, we're gonna flip them over and paint the other side. All right, guys, so these were the clips that were stuck inside the gun, and I wanted to add a little bit of depth to the color, so I went ahead and sprayed these black. That way when you're playing, you've got a little bit of black, a little bit of green to add a little bit of depth to the color that you have on these things. These I already did one side, so I'm just gonna do the opposite side right now that I've flipped them over. And then you know what's coming next. We're gonna come over and check our guns. And yes, I am weird. I spray paint on top of my recycle bin. But these things are looking good. So we're gonna flip them over, and then we're gonna add another coat of green on these. These things are gonna look hot when they're done. So let's get to it. All right, so the sound system in this thing is a little bit limited because I believe that the speakers were running off of the PC that actually booted this game up. So I took apart one of them here, and you can see these are decent speakers, DPIs. So I am gonna leave those in there. However, what I did was I picked up this amplifier because I'm gonna run an amplifier with the Wii audio going directly into this amplifier. And then we're gonna hook these speakers up, and we're gonna put a sound control on the back of the cabinet. That way you can turn your volume up and crank this thing when you're playing, or you can just play it at a normal level. But I always like to add an upgraded sound system to these units. So I'm gonna finish taking these speakers apart, and we're gonna hook up this amplifier. All right, so I wanted you guys to be able to see how hot this thing is looking. We've got our plexiglass on there with our bezel. We've got our cover back on, so this thing is looking really sharp. And then we've got our case right here waiting for our green guns to be done, which are gonna go right inside the holsters. So guys, we're getting on the final stages of this thing. So I regret to say I have not been looking forward to this moment, but it's time for me to go in and figure out how to mod the Nintendo Wii and put all these games on there. So I'm gonna go get to it.
Alright guys, so obviously Nintendo would love it if we could all go out and buy the original discs for this, but that's just not feasible with how old this system is. So I'm not going to blatantly tell you guys how to mod a Wii, but I am going to tell you, if you go to YouTube and look up how to soft mod my Nintendo Wii, there are dozens of tutorials on how to do this. All you need is an SD card and a flash drive, and you can basically do it in less than an hour. So it wasn't that hard to figure out after all, but guys, we're just on the home stretch of this, so let's get back to it and finish this Ghost Squad off. We'll be right back with more Arcade Pickers. Alright guys, so here it is, the moment you've been waiting for, the finished Ghost Squad. You can see the big, beautiful, bright LCD monitor on there. And I want to make sure you understand, we went through this thing with a fine-tooth comb and covered every part of the cabinet. I touched up all the black paint anywhere that I could after repairing the body damage. We then went ahead and kept the actual light bulb underneath the instruction plaque right there. We replaced the bulbs and the buttons, but I did add LED strips inside the gun holsters, and we kept the original fluorescent tube in the marquee because it was much brighter than the LEDs. Then we added undercarriage lights with LEDs underneath to shine green down on the floor. You can see the beautiful chrome trim that we replaced inside the holster for the guns. So guys, this thing came out beautiful. You can see it looks fantastic. And with all the LED lights glowing everywhere and everything looking brand new again, somebody's gonna love to have this inside their game room. But first, let me show you guys some gameplay so you can see what it's like.
So this game's pretty awesome, guys. This is actually one of the end of the levels that I wanted you to see some gameplay of, where you're on a boat and you're taking out helicopters and guys on jet skis. But the most convenient part about this game is that you actually just aim off the screen to reload. So you don't have to push any buttons or anything. You just move your gun to the side and it reloads. I got my butt kicked there, but this thing is awesome, guys. So it's nice to have the wireless guns. And you can see that I actually turned the cursor off, and I did have to do some calibrating on the sensor before I started the game, but after that everything was ready to go. Man, I'm getting killed on this. Got him. Alright, so you guys can see the Ghost Squad came out fantastic. I'm sure I'm going to have no problem selling this thing because, like I said, when a customer gets a game this big, they can be intimidated by it because they might be afraid they're going to get tired of it and not be able to move it. But when you have this many games available to play, I've got about 25 games on here, you guys. So everything from Big Buck Hunter, Target Terror, to the Railgun, Resident Evil games. I mean, it's got LA Machine Guns, Gunblade, Ghost Squad, so you really can't run out of games to play on this. And it's an awesome machine, so it was a lot of fun restoring it. So, gosh, it's time to put this thing online and get it sold. But wait, first, I'm gonna keep this for our Halloween party this Saturday night so we can play with our friends, and maybe keep it a little while so we can play it amongst our family. But then after that, it's time to find a good home in someone's arcade for this. Alright, so what a fun process that was to get Ghost Squad working. So are you ready to play some Ghost Squad or what?
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Hold on, I have a better idea. But first, this is what we got at Collector's Marketplace. You can see I got the Sub-Zero. Ha!
And I got the Jason mask.
Friday the 13th. So we had a great time at Collector's Marketplace. But in actuality, this thing is, I can't breathe in this thing. But anyway, these are awesome.
It's pretty comfortable, actually.
You like it? This thing's tough to breathe in. I don't think I could fight in it for sure. But anyway, what a fun video. We are going to play some Ghost Squad, but I had a better idea. One of the coolest arcades I've been to is at Belmont Park.
Belmont, like in California?
California.
Are you crazy? California?
I've been working on this thing for days now. I want to go chill out. What do you think? You want to go?
I mean, yeah, I guess. It's only like, what, a 5.5 or 6 hour drive.
5-hour drive to Belmont Park.
5 hours?
Yeah.
Alright.
You want to go play some games?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do this.
Alright.
Woohoo!
Bye, guys.
All right, it's Arcade Pickers. We're at Belmont Park. Let's do this.
So we're in Belmont Park, everyone, and looking in here, we got 3 arcades, so we got some cool games. Simulator?
No, let's see it. Go show it to me. It's not working. This is a good one right here, look. Yeah, that just came out on Switch. VR Super Bikes.
Halo 1 back there.
Oh, I want to see Halo. We got Raw Thrills Jurassic Park over here.
You?
Yeah, look.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
Wow.
Jurassic Park.
Hey guys, it's me, Retro Ralph. Hold on. I'm just having some energy drink. I can't get enough of this stuff. Anyway, great episode of Arcade Pickers. I tuned in from the Pinball Expo and loved it. I was up late and had nothing else to watch, so I figured I'd check it out. The quality level is on point. And I wanted to let all of you know when I get back, I'm going to be doing another Holy Grail video. And then, after that, a week later, another Holy Grail video. And then, after that, you guessed it, another Holy Grail video. And if those videos don't do well, I'm gonna go back to doing arcade one-up videos since they have the new T2 cabinet coming out. I know I have an actual T2, but not as many people watch unless I do arcade one-up. So I'll be doing that as soon as I can. And I want to tell you guys, keep up the good work. I'm subscribing to the new channel and I love it. And I hope you'll watch my new show as well. And I'll see you on the next one.